Greetings. In today's video we will discuss the danger of artificial intelligence, AI, especially in terms of autonomous weapons development. Due to limited information available about these autonomous weapons, videos or pictures displayed are only illustrations to support the explanation. Stay with me till the end of video for bonus autonomous weapons examples list. Artificial intelligence, AI, has made significant progress in recent years and has become an increasingly popular field of study and research. AI involves the use of computer algorithms and machine learning techniques to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as recognizing speech, images, and patterns, making decisions, and solving problems. AI has the potential to bring many benefits to society, including improving healthcare, transportation, and education, among other areas. However, there are also concerns about how AI could be used in harmful ways. Here are some examples of the potential risks associated with AI. Autonomous weapons. There is concern that AI could be used to develop autonomous weapons that can make their own decisions about who to target and when to attack, without human intervention. This raises ethical and legal questions about the use of force and the potential for unintended harm. Bias and discrimination. AI systems can perpetuate bias and discrimination if they are trained on biased data or if the algorithms themselves are biased. This can lead to unfair treatment of individuals or groups based on their race, gender, or other characteristics. Job displacement. As AI systems become more advanced, they may be able to automate many jobs that are currently done by humans. This could lead to significant job loss and economic disruption. Privacy and security. AI systems can collect and process vast amounts of data about individuals, raising concerns about privacy and security. There is also the risk of these systems being hacked or manipulated, potentially leading to harm. To mitigate these risks, it is important to develop AI in a responsible and ethical way, with a focus on transparency, accountability, and inclusiveness. This includes ensuring that AI systems are designed with human values and ethics in mind, that they are transparent in how they make decisions, and that they are subject to oversight and regulation. It is also important to involve diverse stakeholders in the development and deployment of AI systems to ensure that they are inclusive and equitable. There have been reports of countries and companies developing autonomous weapons, also known as lethal autonomous weapons systems, LAWS. These are weapons that can identify, track, and attack targets without human intervention. The development of LAWS is a controversial issue, with many experts and organizations calling for a ban on these weapons due to the ethical and humanitarian concerns they raise. Here are a few examples of the development of LAWS. Israel. In 2017, Israel's Defense Ministry announced that it had tested a fully autonomous drone that was capable of identifying and attacking targets without human intervention. The drone was equipped with artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms, and was designed to fly independently for up to 24 hours. United States. The United States has been developing semi-autonomous weapons, such as drones and missile defense systems, for several years. However, there is currently a policy in place that requires a human operator to make the final decision to use lethal force. China. In 2019, a Chinese weapons manufacturer unveiled an autonomous tank that can identify and attack targets without human intervention. The tank is equipped with AI algorithms and sensors that allow it to operate independently. The development and deployment of LAWS raise many ethical, legal, and humanitarian concerns. For example, there are concerns about the potential for these weapons to malfunction or be hacked, as well as the risk of civilian casualties and other unintended harm. As a result, there have been calls for a global ban on LAWS, similar to the ban on chemical weapons. There is limited information available on the current status and progress of Israel's autonomous drone. The drone, known as the Harop, was developed by Israeli defense company Israel Aerospace Industries, IAI, and was reportedly tested in 2017. The Harop is a loitering munition, which means it is designed to hover in the air for extended periods of time and then dive onto a target when it is identified. The drone is equipped with sensors and artificial intelligence algorithms that allow it to search for and attack targets independently, without the need for human intervention. While there have been reports of successful tests of the Harop, it is unclear how widely the drone has been deployed or how effective it has been in combat situations. It is also unknown whether Israel has continued to develop and improve the drone since the initial test in 2017. The development and deployment of autonomous weapons, including the Harop, raises significant ethical and humanitarian concerns. There are calls from many experts and organizations for a global ban on autonomous weapons, similar to the ban on chemical weapons, in order to prevent the potential for unintended harm and to uphold ethical and moral standards in warfare. The United States has been developing autonomous drones and missile systems for several years, with the goal of improving military capabilities and reducing the risk to human soldiers. Here are a few examples of the progress of U.S. autonomous drone and missile systems. Predator and Reaper drones. The Predator and Reaper drones are unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, that are widely used by the U.S. military for intelligence gathering and targeted strikes. While these drones are not fully autonomous, they can operate autonomously for extended periods of time and are equipped with sensors and software that allow them to make some decisions without human intervention. Phalanx Close-in Weapon System. The Phalanx is an autonomous missile defense system that is used by the U.S. Navy to protect ships from incoming threats such as missiles, rockets, and artillery. The system uses radar and a rapid-fire cannon to detect and destroy incoming threats, with little or no human intervention required. X-47B Drone. The X-47B is a prototype drone that was developed by the U.S. Navy for use on aircraft carriers. The drone is capable of taking off and landing autonomously, and can operate for extended periods of time without human intervention. While the development of autonomous drones and missile systems by the U.S. military has led to improvements in military capabilities, it has also raised concerns about the potential for unintended harm and violations of ethical and humanitarian standards. In response, the U.S. Department of Defense has implemented policies and guidelines for the development and use of autonomous weapons, including a requirement that human operators retain control over the use of lethal force. There is limited information available on the current status and progress of China's autonomous tank. In 2019, a Chinese weapons manufacturer, Norinco, unveiled an unmanned tank that it claimed was capable of autonomously identifying and attacking targets. The tank, known as the Sharp Sword, is equipped with sensors and artificial intelligence algorithms that allow it to operate independently, without the need for human intervention. It is also designed to be highly mobile and capable of operating in a variety of environments, including urban areas. While there have been reports of the Sharp Sword tank, it is unclear how widely it has been deployed or how effective it has been in combat situations. It is also unknown whether China has continued to develop and improve the tank since its unveiling in 2019. The development and deployment of autonomous weapons, including the Sharp Sword tank, raises significant ethical and humanitarian concerns. There are calls from many experts and organizations for a global ban on autonomous weapons, similar to the ban on chemical weapons, in order to prevent the potential for unintended harm and to uphold ethical and moral standards in warfare. To the best of publicly available knowledge, there have been no confirmed instances of lethal autonomous weapon systems, laws, being used in actual war. While there have been several instances where unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, or drones, have been used to carry out targeted strikes, these systems still require human operators to select and authorize the use of lethal force. However, there have been concerns raised about the potential for laws to be used in future conflicts, particularly as advances in artificial intelligence and robotics continue to increase the autonomy and sophistication of these systems. The development and deployment of laws raises significant ethical and humanitarian concerns, particularly regarding the potential for unintended harm and the violation of ethical and legal norms in conflict situations. It is for this reason that many experts and organizations are advocating for a preemptive ban on the development and deployment of laws, in order to prevent the potential for unintended harm and to uphold ethical and moral standards in warfare. Calls for a global ban on lethal autonomous weapon systems, laws, have been growing in recent years, with many experts and organizations advocating for a preemptive ban on the development and deployment of such weapons. The primary concern surrounding laws is the potential for unintended harm and the violation of ethical and humanitarian standards in warfare. Unlike traditional weapons, laws are designed to operate autonomously, without the need for human intervention, and this lack of human oversight raises concerns about the ability to ensure compliance with ethical and legal norms in conflict situations. Proponents of a global ban argue that laws could be prone to error, misidentification, and malfunction, and could be used to carry out attacks with little or no human oversight or control. This could lead to unintended harm to civilians, and could also undermine the ability to hold individuals and governments accountable for the use of lethal force in conflict situations. Opponents of a global ban argue that laws could have military benefits, including the ability to reduce the risk to human soldiers and to carry out targeted strikes with greater precision and efficiency. They also argue that the development of laws is inevitable, and that a ban would be difficult to enforce and could undermine national security. Despite these arguments, there is growing support for a global ban on laws, with over 30 countries and numerous experts and organizations calling for a preemptive ban. In 2021, the United Nations held a meeting to discuss the issue of laws, and a group of countries, including Austria, Brazil, and Ireland, called for negotiations to begin on a new international treaty banning laws. Many proponents of a ban on laws argue that such a treaty would be similar to existing international agreements on chemical and biological weapons, which have helped to prevent the proliferation of these weapons and establish global norms against their use. However, opponents of a ban on laws argue that such a treaty could be difficult to enforce and could potentially limit the ability of countries to develop and deploy new military technologies. They also argue that laws could have potential benefits in certain contexts, such as in responding to threats from unmanned aerial vehicles or other autonomous weapons. The debate over laws is likely to continue, with both proponents and opponents advocating for their respective positions. However, the potential for unintended harm and the violation of ethical and humanitarian standards in warfare remain significant concerns, and many experts and organizations continue to push for a global ban on laws in order to prevent these risks. Bonus: here are some additional examples of autonomous weapon systems that have been reported or confirmed to have been developed around the world. Israel's Harop, a loitering munition that can operate autonomously and is designed to attack radar signals. United States X-47B, an unmanned combat aerial vehicle designed for reconnaissance and combat roles. China's CH-4, an unmanned aerial vehicle that is capable of carrying out targeted strikes and reconnaissance missions. Russia's Okhotnik, a stealth unmanned combat aerial vehicle designed for reconnaissance and combat roles. France's Dassault Neuron, an unmanned combat aerial vehicle designed for reconnaissance and combat roles. United Kingdom's Protector, an unmanned aerial vehicle designed for reconnaissance and combat roles. Turkey's Bayraktar TB2, an unmanned aerial vehicle that is capable of carrying out targeted strikes and reconnaissance missions. China's GJ-2, an unmanned ground vehicle designed for reconnaissance and combat roles. Russia's BMP-T-15, an unmanned ground vehicle equipped with a range of weapons and sensors. United States MQ-8 Fire Scout, an unmanned aerial vehicle designed for reconnaissance and combat roles. South Korea's SGS-1, an unmanned ground vehicle equipped with a range of sensors and weapons. Israel's Border Protector, an unmanned ground vehicle designed for border patrol and reconnaissance missions. China's Jari, an unmanned aerial vehicle that is capable of carrying out targeted strikes and reconnaissance missions. Russia's Zala Aero, an unmanned aerial vehicle designed for reconnaissance and surveillance missions. United States M1 Abrams tank, a semi-autonomous tank that is equipped with a range of sensors and can operate in unmanned mode. France's Nexter Robotics Nerva LG, an unmanned ground vehicle designed for reconnaissance and combat roles. United Kingdom's BAE Systems Taranis, an unmanned combat aerial vehicle designed for reconnaissance and combat roles. Israel's Green Dragon, an unmanned aerial vehicle that is capable of carrying out targeted strikes and reconnaissance missions. China's AVIC Cloud Shadow, an unmanned aerial vehicle that is capable of carrying out targeted strikes and reconnaissance missions. Russia's Corsair, an unmanned aerial vehicle designed for reconnaissance and surveillance missions. It is important to note that the development and deployment of autonomous weapon systems raise significant ethical, moral, and legal concerns. Many experts and organizations are calling for a ban on the use of such systems in order to prevent the potential for unintended harm and to uphold ethical and moral standards in warfare. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you find it useful to develop better you better me. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to check my other videos.